Hello, my name is Scott, and today I'll be teaching you how to choose a dojo and what you should be looking for. Alright, everybody knows that you need a dojo to start learning. Dojo means school. Okay, if you want to jump in and learn martial arts, you have to have one. You have to go to one. You can't learn it off the internet. The internet's a good tool for other stuff and great for finding new techniques, but it's not the greatest for learning. You know, practice. You have to practice. So that's what a dojo is for, to teach you firsthand and get practice. So to start off with, choose one. Well, you need to do research on what kind of style you want. You either want the basics. You got karate, taekwondo, kung fu, judo, jiu-jitsu, whatever you want. Do research on it. Find out what you decide is the best for you. Everybody's built different. Everybody's wanting something different out of it. Traditionally, this is very stereotypical, so don't want any bad comments. Karate is generally more striking, more stand-up, more fighting. So if you want to be more of a stand-up fighter, go for karate. Then you have the other end of the spectrum. You have judo, which is almost no striking, entirely grappling. You know, you grab a hold of somebody, throw them to the ground, you put them in joint locks. So you have that on the opposite end. In between, you have a lot of styles that kind of mix the two, kind of like kung fu. Kung fu has a big variety of both. Taekwondo is primarily striking. It is almost a stereotypical striking because on a national level, Taekwondo is basically the one that everybody uses to go to tournaments. It's the one that goes to the Olympics. So when you want to spar and you get into the athletics, portion of it, you want to do it as a sport, Taekwondo is the way to go. If you want to learn more defense on the street, how to street fight, be able to handle your own, be able to defend yourself in a real fight, karate or kung fu or judo, other styles probably be more of a positive choice in that area because it teaches you more realistic moves, things that can cause damage and pain, and breaks, things like that. Put them in joint locks, put them in areas where you can call help, run, whatever. Taekwondo is stereotypically more tournament-based, so it is not that kind of training. So it depends on what you want to do. If you're wanting to do it for the sport of it, Taekwondo all the way. If you're wanting more street fighting, I suggest Kung Fu, Karate, Judo. So these are the styles. So find the style you prefer, find videos on them, see what they do, then decide on what you want to do. Then look around your area, find out if there's any, say you're wanting Taekwondo. Look for Taekwondo schools. Go to them. Call them up and say, hey man, I'm looking for a new dojo. I've never trained before. I'm a returning trainer. I want to be a new style, or I'd like to start because I've never done it before. Do you mind if I come in and see a class? Almost all people are going to suggest you come in, try a class, watch a class, whatever. If they say that they don't want you to see a class before you subscribe and sign up, instantly run away. Because they are what I call big dojo. All they're in it for is the money. All they care about is money, which means they're going to get you the black belt as fast as they can. Because when you get black belt, most dojos charge more. That way they can give you that extra learning, the secrets to the style. Don't believe any of that. Okay, if they want you to sign up before you even see a class, before you try it out, run. Another thing to look out for is when you go to a dojo and they ask for months in advance, say they want 3 months or 6 months worth of pay in advance, run. Yet again, big dojo. Another one that they try to sneak in on you is these little extra fees. They're kind of like a credit card company. You'll go there, you'll be training, and they'll say, oh, well, we need to rank you up to the newest rank. Come in this Saturday. You'll come in Saturday, you'll test, and then they'll hand you a bill for the test, then they'll hand you a bill for the belt. Okay, a belt's like $4. You can get them online anywhere. So the $15 they're charging for a belt, complete ripoff. Okay, and the best part is because they're dojo, a lot of people get discounts, so it's cheaper. On that same note, the test, for real, you got to pay for it? I don't know. I don't agree with that. If that's your dojo and you prefer it, awesome. I don't. I don't believe in extra fees, and neither does the dojo I attend. So ask her about that. Ask if they charge for their first gi. Ask them how much they charge for a gi. If you have to buy it with them, ask them all the questions you could possibly think of. Before you even go into the first class, go meet with the sensei. Say, hey, what times are your classes? When would be a good time to come talk to you? And see when I can talk to you about it, what you show, talk to you about what kind of style it is, everything. Talk to the sensei. Find out if it's the right fit for you. Because if you don't like the teacher, your sensei, you're not going to like the dojo. Simple as that. If you don't get along with him, or he says stuff that you don't like, or if you just get a bad vibe, or if you're a female especially, if he's kind of, I don't know, you know what I'm talking about. Run. There's dojos everywhere. If you're not locked on a specific, I have to have this style, you can find another dojo. Now, next thing you have to worry about is if you're wanting, say, karate. You have to hunt for karate. Even though the dojo might have huge karate across the top, you'll go into it, it'll be taekwondo, kung fu, jiu-jitsu, whatever. I run into this a lot because I am traditional karate. That's my main style. So when I looked for a new dojo when I moved to town, it was extremely hard. I went to all these dojos that had huge karate across the top. I walk in, it'd be taekwondo, or, you know, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, or whatever, not karate. And I asked one, and finally I was like, why? Why am I not seeing karate when I come into a dojo that has karate across the top? And he informed me that, and I quote, karate is a generic term that most people acknowledge. No, it's not. Okay. Martial art is the generic term that everybody acknowledges. Karate is a style, just like kung fu, you know, taekwondo, judo, all this. It's style. It's more commonly used style in movies and such, so everybody kind of recognizes it. I get that, but you can't drop it into the blanket. Martial arts is the generic version. So look for that. Make sure you agree with everything the sensei is telling you. Talk to them. Try a few dojos. It's not a big deal to talk to 5 dojos. Go to one dojo on Tuesday, another one on Thursday, then the next week do it again, and a few of them. Look at them. Talk to them. See how it should jump in. If they don't want you to try it, there's probably a reason for that. If they don't want to talk to you about the inner workings of it, there's probably a reason for that. If they're not upfront about fees and everything like that, there's probably a reason for that. Do your homework. You don't want to invest 4 years, 10 years, however long you decide to stay, of your life into a dojo that you don't agree with, that charges fees that rack up to insurmountable costs. Final thing, when you ask them how much they charge, always ask how many nights they meet a week or a month, and how much they charge per month. If they only meet, say, 1 or 2 nights a week, it depends, okay? I prefer a dojo that has multiple classes throughout the week. Mine currently has 7 days, all 7 days, they have a class. And on those days, they usually have 2 classes per day. More usually a white belt or beginner and then advanced, brown belt and up, but they still have 2 classes they offer per day. That's a lot of classes. You get your money's worth out of that. Okay, so ask about how many times they meet. If it's 2, you're on that borderline of maybe, but if they have an advanced class on the weekend, usually that's how they do Tuesdays, Thursdays, and one on the weekend for the advanced students. If that's what you got, great. That's probably a pretty good dojo. But if they only meet like once a week, run. Because you're not going to know enough. You're not going to learn enough. On that same note, final thought. No more videos running long. Final thought. If you go into the dojo and they only meet, say, twice a week, and they're wanting a high amount of money, what you consider high amount, to me, anything over, let's say, $80 a month is pushing it. I mean, 80 and over, I'd probably look for a new dojo. They're wanting more money. The more money they want, the more of a big dojo they are. Get out of that. So if you talk to 5 and all of them charge, 4 out of 5 charge $120 a month, and one of them only charges, say, 80, go for the 80. Talk to them. See why. Why is it only 80? Do they believe in the martial art as a style, or do they believe it as a profit? If they're in for profit, you're not going to learn. They're just going to teach you the basics, just get you in and out and get the money. If they're in it just to share the knowledge and pass along that knowledge because they love to teach and they want to share their beliefs and traditions with you, that's a good dojo. Grab it with both hands and you stay, because most of those are disappearing to the McDojo world. That's it, guys. Hope this helped. Any questions, you can please leave comments and I'll try and get back to you. Appreciate it. Thanks.